Good morning, everyone. I'm sitting here thinking about putting some of my devotions that I've written many years ago on my YouTube channel. I'd like to start out with a devotion that I wrote based on Genesis. Let me take a look here. 18:14. And the phrase that I want to emphasize is anything too hard for the Lord? I've entitled this Trust Walk. Hers was a life of privilege, servants at her beck and call, mistress of wealth, wife of a famous, respected husband, and she was most beautiful, but also barren. The grit from the worn path was like a rasp between her toes as she and her servant girl made their way to the nearby garden plot. The blistering noonday sun beat hard on their backs as they hurried to pick the fresh herbs and vegetables to quickly prepare a meal just ordered by her husband, who had already hastened to the pasture to find a worthy calf for the unexpected dinner guests. As the servant girl cleaned the vegetables, Sarah quickly kneaded 3 measures of fine flour and a small amount of oil for fresh cakes. As she prodded the dough, she grumbled. The tired, worn woman didn't feel like hosting anyone. She just wanted to curl up in a goatskin tent and wait until the disappointment of life was over, until the harassment of unfulfilled longings was extinguished, and no longer would she have to endure the joyful sounds of other women's children, other women's pride in the fruit of their pleasure. And then the aged woman gasped. Did she hear the guest correctly? At this time next year, your wife will have a son. Instantly, a flood of raw emotion swept over her like a tidal wave, and the pain of a barren womb pierced her heart once more. The bitter, sarcastic laugh shot from her lips before she could stop it, and though she denied it, she could not shake the shame of her unbelief. Why, oh why, does God make us wait for the deepest longing of our heart? An age-old question, to be sure. The answers are many, such as God wants to refine us, to make us more like Him, to test our faith, our trust, and obedience. Though they may sound like pat answers, they are, nevertheless, true. But I think perhaps one of the most profound reasons is that God wants us to completely run out of ourselves, to realize that nothing within us without God will bring about His ultimate plan and purpose for us. He wants us to understand that His plan is bigger than what our perception of what our life is all about. The birth of Isaac was not just another baby boy born into the home of many nomads. His was a covenant birth, proof of God's faithfulness to his father, Abraham, to make his seed as the stars of the heavens and as the sands of the sea. The infant's tiny, plump fingers reached for the thin, gnarled hand and gripped it tightly, cuddling her newborn in her arms. Sarah's dark, dim eyes could not restrain tears, which spilled freely down her creviced, sunken cheeks as a soft murmur escaped her lips. Nothing is too hard for the Lord. Indeed, Abraham and Sarah's life was a trust walk. Ours is too. And even though, friend, you're tired of waiting for the fruition of the promise, and the pain, the yearning does not cease, know that in your trust walk with Jehovah God, his plan for you, bigger than your grandest perception, will come forth. No obstacle can stop it. No enemy force can destroy it. For God has spoken. Nothing is too hard for the Lord.